Have you ever stopped to think about the companies that are actually powering our world? The ones behind the scenes? Well, today we're diving into a global powerhouse you've probably never heard of, but whose tech is absolutely essential to our daily lives. So let's get into it and see what makes TD Power Systems tick.
They kick things off with this really bold vision. And honestly, it's way more than just a tagline. It's really the heart of their mission, pushing them to build and grow in a world that's demanding more from its power sources than ever before. It sets a pretty ambitious stage, right? All right, first up, we really need to wrap our heads around the sheer scale of this operation. This first section is all about how TD Power Systems became a true global powerhouse. So at its core, what the company does is design and build the literal engines of the power world, AC generators and motors. Just think of them as that crucial link that takes energy from all kinds of sources like steam, gas, hydro, even renewables, and turns it into the electricity that runs, well, everything. And when we say they're global, we really mean it. I mean, just look at this map of their footprint. Over 5,000 generators in Asia and the Middle East alone. More than 1,200 in Europe. Their reach is just staggering. This isn't just about having an office somewhere. They're a fundamental part of the energy infrastructure on almost every single continent. Now, that kind of global footprint has led to some absolutely incredible results. So in this next section, we're going to look at their record-breaking performance. This past fiscal year wasn't just good for them, it was a genuine landmark. The scale of their growth is just mind-blowing. Their revenue jumped by nearly 28% in just 1 year. Now, for a company in a well-established industry like this one, that's not just growth, that's explosive momentum. It shows you just how much demand there is for what they make. But revenue is only half the story, right? Get this. Their profit after tax shot up by an incredible 47.5%. This tells you they're not just selling more, they're operating smarter, they're becoming way more efficient, and that, right there, is the sign of a very healthy business. And if you think that's impressive, the future looks even brighter. They brought in their highest ever number of new orders in a single year. That's a 41% jump. This isn't just a nice number to have, it's a direct signal of future revenue and a massive vote of confidence from the entire global market. So where is all this new business actually coming from? Well, this chart tells the story perfectly. A huge 68% of all their new orders are coming from international markets. This confirms that their focus on exports isn't just some plan on paper, it's the primary engine that's driving their incredible growth. And that leads us perfectly into our third section, the growth engine. Let's take a look at the strategy that's actually powering these amazing results. It's the key question, isn't it? And it's not just one thing. It's really a powerful combination of being incredibly diverse and technically excellent. This range is absolutely key. See, they're not tied to the ups and downs of any single industry. It doesn't matter if it's renewables, traditional oil and gas, critical railway systems, or manufacturing. They are deeply embedded across the entire global economy. That kind of diversification creates incredible resilience. And they back up this market diversity with a seriously high-tech lineup of products. We're talking massive motors, up to 50 megawatts, and specialized motors for heavy-duty stuff like railways. And this part is crucial. They also provide all the essential parts and long-term support, which turns a one-time sale into a lasting partnership. Okay, so they've had a fantastic year. But what comes next? Well, Section 4 is all about how TDPS is actively building for tomorrow by investing big in both scale and innovation. They're making two huge strategic moves to build on this momentum. First, a massive new manufacturing facility in India to seriously boost their production capacity. And second, a brand new design and engineering center in the UK to stay on the cutting edge and be closer to their global customers. It's a classic 1-2 punch. Scale up production and double down on innovation. And make no mistake, this is not just about spending money. It's a very deliberate choice. They are strategically backing their success with the actual physical scale they'll need to grab an even bigger piece of the global market. They see the opportunity and they are building the capacity to go out and seize it. Finally, in our fifth section, we'll look at how this story is about so much more than just numbers. TD Power Systems is really focused on powering a sustainable future, with a type of growth that goes way beyond the balance sheet. And this slide just illustrates their balanced approach perfectly. Over on the left, you see all the financial muscle we've been talking about. But on the right, you see this parallel commitment to reducing emissions, investing in their people with training, and giving back to the community. Their corporate social responsibility stuff isn't just an afterthought. They are strategically focused on foundational things like education and healthcare.
They're trying to build up communities where people's well-being can grow right alongside the company. It's about empowering people, not just writing a check.
So we end up right back where we started. In a world that's getting more digital, more urban, and needs more infrastructure every day, the demand for reliable power is only going to grow. And it leaves us with a really important question. As we look to the future, companies like this quiet powerhouse might just be the ones building it.